Hey everybody, how's it going? So, Steven Crowder actually ended up responding to Candace Owens claiming that he was a soldier for the people, quote unquote, who ended Charlie Kirk. I mean, this is completely and totally ridiculous, right? Now, this is literally, I'm finding this right after Candace actually ended up, she admitted she was wrong about the Rob McCoy phone call. It's crazy, right? And it was literally after I had said several times, well, he called everyone probably so fast that he probably just thought he was the first one called because it happened seconds after, right? Calls Erica, hey, this happens, gets off the phone, calls his father. And then he showed the call logs, and that's exactly what happened. It's just crazy how if you use your head just a little bit, you might be able to think of what actually took place. It's crazy how often Candace keeps getting proven wrong now because she's pointed the finger at so many directions. It makes her look genuinely bad. Now we're going to listen to Crowder just absolutely tear her to pieces with this because this is absolutely a ridiculous claim. You can see how much hatred Candace Owens has for Steven Crowder, so she decided to implicate him anyway just because she doesn't like him. She doesn't like you, you're going to get implicated. But before we play this video, guys, please like, subscribe, and share. I don't ask for money. I just ask for likes and subscribes because I want to grow my channel. That's all I care about, really. And you guys have made it absolutely possible. You guys are amazing. Even the people who love Candace that don't like me, seriously, thank you for at least clicking the video and giving this a chance. Just watch to the end before you make your comments so that way you understand what points I'm making.
Heard the news about me? Just watch this clip and to my everlasting shame, you'll understand.
I had to learn at a very young age to read people. I think that's my superpower, actually. Just being able to look at someone and sense danger or sense deceit. And by the way, I should...
The fact that she's that arrogant in her own gut feelings, like, don't get me wrong, gut feelings are good at times, okay? You should definitely trust some gut feelings, but the fact that it's like, no, mine are so good and so much more precise than other people's, it's like a superpower. It's just pure and total arrogance, and that's what's led her to make these false claims.
Mentioned with Steven Crowder, I have never been a fan. He just always gave me the energy of a pathological liar. I trust my gut. I don't trust influencer campaigns. My gut started to tell me that they suddenly began panicking when I discovered the Egyptian planes. What? They did what we...
Nobody cared about those. We all thought it was completely and totally ridiculous that you would even have to bring in another country, you know, into this whole entire situation. Now, again, I've gone over this. The planes could be literally the underground Antifa, Trantifa, whatever. We've even been finding out as of late that there's a trans cult in the NSA. Like, it's not that surprising that this is almost exactly pointing to exactly what the FBI has said. Kind of weird. And we know that the FBI sections of it are compromised. Trump has said it himself. And Trump is trying to clean that out. But there's going to be parts that survive. And there's going to be ones that do crazy stuff. They probably supplied the Trantifa group with everything they needed. It's a good possibility. And Candace being on this, like the license plates and the planes and stuff is a good thing per se. But she keeps pointing her finger at other people with no evidence. And it's like, just don't do that. Don't point your finger until you actually have solid evidence. Like, I don't even point the finger at the FBI. I'm saying it's a possibility. But the thing about it is we need proof before you point the finger, Candace. That's the whole point and the whole problem everybody has with you. It's not that you're asking questions. Perfectly fine to answer questions. I support you asking questions. I do not support you pointing the finger at people without proof.
Now term a pre-bunking, and then they send out like a full fleet against you to not even actually debunk you, but they're just so extreme in not debunking you.
Like using their gut?
Undercover operatives to sign up for my private book club that I kept on Tuesday. They took out a clip of that book club from that book club and accused me of accusing Erica of murdering her husband. I mean, they manufactured that claim out of...
It's not manufactured. You said the succession was wrong. The diaries didn't exist. Charlie would have went to a lawyer. And guess who would have known all about it? Erica Kirk. And yet she went along with all of it. I don't know. That's... How do you not implicate Erica Kirk at that point? She's the CEO of TPUSA. And she would have had to have known about every single one of Charlie's plans. Every one of them. And she has not denied the diaries. She has actually came out and said there was an autopsy, which you denied at first. You said that there wasn't one, that it was weird, but you know what? You got proven wrong again. That's okay. you're implicating Erica Kirk because you're implicating TPUSA. Because you've called TPUSA out on certain things like the diaries and the succession, which Erica Kirk is part of and agrees with. It's impossible for you to separate Erica from TPUSA in your accusations. Therefore, you have implicated Erica Kirk. You're just too dumb to realize it. Or you're just playing your audience because you know if you call Erica Kirk out, it will be very unpopular. Proving that you care more about having your audience than you do actually care about the truth, quote unquote.
Thin air. And then they made it go viral. They sent it out to all the right people, Steven Crowder, right?
I got that
because
email.
I said he was betrayed by everyone. Obviously, what I meant was Erica Kirk murdered her husband. And this was all happening because I mentioned the Egyptian plane. I am certain. I am telling you this information.
We were talking about this before you even found out about the planes. I've been saying this about Erica Kirk since before the planes, Candace. So, no, you could go back on my channel. You're wrong.
Information has been completely verified. I am showing you this on a spreadsheet. Now, these are all the instances in which this plane, all 68 instances that this plane crossed with Erica.
Okay. The Egyptian plane. I can spend a lot of time. No, Wichita, Kansas, by the way, is listed no less than 8 times as a destination on that spreadsheet for the plane SUBTT. It's an Egyptian-owned Dassault Falcon 7X. And just so you know, Wichita is like one of those primary, it's like a global hub.
It is the central hub of almost every single place just about in the United States. In fact, that's where the main central post office is too, where they send everything to be dispersed throughout the rest of the country. So yeah, there is that point, and I actually completely forgot about that. I should have mentioned that. I don't know if he mentions that specifically, but it just clicked in my head whenever he's like, it's the central hub, and I was like, oh yeah, it genuinely is. It's almost where every single package in the entire United States ends up if it has to go somewhere else that's not coastal. You know what I mean? If you're, like, let's say you're sending a package from Florida over to, I don't know, Tennessee. Believe it or not, it will probably go to Wichita, Kansas first and then bounce back to Tennessee. It's weird, just kind of how it goes. And it's actually genuinely faster that way because they just send everything to that central hub and it all gets pieced out. I think there's a second one mid-United States. I can't remember, though.
In certified FAA service centers, and Dassault has had Wichita State University, a partnership with them since 2015. And this, what she just showed you would be very much in line with basic service maintenance repairs. And of course, Candace, with the initial story, missed the time of the flight of departure from Provo by about 6 hours. Confused coordinated universal time with Utah time. So,
so she was dead wrong about that. She thought it was Utah, but it's actually universal because it's talking about aircraft time. Okay, so actually she could have been just wrong on this. I don't know if she is or isn't per se. We'll let him say.
None of this spreadsheet does zero to substantiate Erica's whereabouts.
Nothing.
It just would look like any routine service record, maintenance record at this point. I don't know if she...
And it says plus or minus 3 days.
Yeah, plus or minus 3 days.
For each one of those.
Which is very broad to take part in an assassination plot. Like, you show up, you're like, what? He's not at the grassy? No, he was here 3 days ago.
Well, yeah, whenever I stalk somebody, I always...
I'll have to fact check that a lot more. I'm going to see my brother-in-law who works on aircraft and is actually a licensed commercial pilot as well. He ended up, I can tell you kind of the story. In order to finish your, to be able to fly by yourself, you have to put in I think it was 10,000 or 20,000 hours as a commercial pilot to be able to do that. And at the end of the day, it was very simple. Chose family over being gone all the time, flying internationally. So he decided to go ahead and do mechanics. Okay. So now he's a mechanic, an airline mechanic. And like I said, he still keeps up his certifications. He's still certified commercial. Okay. He just has to have a co-pilot with him, or maybe he has to be the co-pilot. I'm not sure all the details. And he's definitely completely and totally still certified for private. Now, he knows anything and everything that you could possibly know about aircraft. I will talk to him this weekend and I will show him some of this stuff and see and get to the bottom of it, and he can actually simply tell me everything about it, I bet. So we'll find out if Candace is right or not. I trust my source there for sure on that. But at the end of the day, okay, the fact is Candace is pulling this stuff out of actual thin air and is not knowledgeable enough to understand whatsoever how these aircrafts could be flying, working, what could be getting worked on, specifically where they have to get worked on for specific things. I learned a lot whenever I was a security guard, just 2 months for American Airlines, okay? And there is a lot more crap you would be shocked to know about an aircraft in general. Like, for American Airlines, the way they do it is completely different than the way, like, my brother-in-law does things down where he works at. But the way they did it was they had a lot of workers. And one worker only worked on one part for every single aircraft. If you were the fuel line guy, you were the fuel line guy. That was it. And you put your name on that fuel line. So that way they knew they could get you specialized in one certain part on the aircraft. And everyone else, if one guy was working on rivets, that was his one job. One guy painted, that was his one job. If one guy had to fix windshields, that was his one job. If one guy had to do instrument clusters, that was his job. They really specialized it out, and everyone put their initials on it, so if something went wrong, you know who messed up. They do things very specifically. They check aircraft very specifically. They start them up. They turn them on the turn mag. I've seen aircraft literally right next to the hangar, and they will just spin those suckers. They'll just slowly spin them all around, and they just do weird things that I don't fully understand, but I would see all of the time. It was crazy to watch. So there's some weird stuff that can happen at an airline that you'd be like, what in God's name are they doing here? And it's like, no, trust me, this is normal. This is absolutely normal because they are checking. You have no idea the safety checks that they do before they even allow an aircraft to go into the air. And when that aircraft comes back down, they treat it like that aircraft took a beating. And they do every single check on it. Yeah, I don't think you understand how unbelievably thorough they are on repairing aircraft.
Just make sure to arrive 3 days later and ask about where they were.
It's give or take. We're going to kill them around noonish.
Utah time.
Utah.
She does have a point, though.
They don't have Utah time. It's Mountain Time, MT. And that's funny. I didn't realize that she screwed that up so bad.
Not only that, of course, I've been paid to call her the C word, but a point with the boulevards.
What is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday? What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off. They're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave a freaking boulevard. It's like, as soon as they give you a boulevard and a holiday, they definitely killed you.
She's too close to the target. She has a point when the government does a hit job and it's on the inside.
That's a great point. I can breathe now. That's very funny. I don't think I've seen that.
I knew something was fishy.
Look, here's the thing. I was extended an invitation to World War debate. It's an event in January. I accepted. As I understand it, Candace Owens declined $30,000. By the way, she can have mine. Make it $60,000 if she wants to do it. I'd be happy to sit down and have a conversation, a debate where it's moderated. And if you want to open your books, we'll open our books too to see who's paid by what. Beyond that, we're not going to do the back and forth on social media.
Yeah, exactly. Debate him then. Yeah, that'll be great, Candace. That would be absolutely great. Debate Steven Crowder. That'd be fantastic. I don't think she'll do it, though. I think she will absolutely cower out of it. And somebody posted on my comments. This was a very, very, very good point. Why has Candace not sent her own team that she can afford to Utah to openly investigate, or to follow those aircraft, or to do anything along those lines to try get some private investigators? She hasn't done any of that. Has anybody ever questioned why that is? She's got the money. She's doing these investigations, and her best way to do it is, I just have an email for you guys to throw tips my way. Man, if anybody ever wanted to make a Jew joke there, that's some crazy penny pinching, Candace. Are you kidding me? For real? Like, you won't even spend $1 to find out who ended your supposed best friend? That is interesting. I can't believe I didn't ask that question myself, so thank you to the commenter who asked that. Actually, I want to name them. I want to name them right now. Let me see if I can I want to know who it was that said that. Hopefully I can find it. There's so many comments now. Oh, man. Thank you. Glad you're on the air. I know it's right here. Somebody, has anyone ever told you look like Tim Pool? You should see when I was wearing my Majin beanie. My Majin Buu beanie. That's very funny. Just for people who, oh, man. Let's see. I don't know if I can find it. Has Candace actually gone out to you? Oh, okay. Megalo Skimos 9113. There we go. I know it's not the most important thing to name, but it's important to me. I want to give you credit whenever you give me something. I try to do that as often as I can. I'm sorry to anybody else who I haven't done that for. I'm going to try better. I have so many freaking comments now. It's maddening. And I'm like, oh, God, I feel guilty not responding to a lot of them. So I'm going to try so hard to get through all these comments, guys. It's, oh, man, you guys put me in an awkward position. Now, it's a burden that I will happily have. Obviously, I'm just going to have to buckle down and really start paying attention to more and more comments. Genuinely, thank you all so much. Thank you. You guys have been changing my life in real time, and I don't know how to react to it. I genuinely don't. I just, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I don't know what else to say. I am very, very grateful. Seriously, I am very grateful. You guys are amazing. I don't feel like I'm doing anything amazing in comparison to what you guys are doing. So, I mean, there's that. I feel like I'm just calling out BS, but I'm trying to be fair about it because there's points Candace could be right about. Like I said, I acknowledge the aircraft and the license plates. They could be tied to the very people who did end up ending Charlie Kirk. I just don't think she's pointing the finger in the right direction at all. And I don't think it's smart to point fingers whatsoever. I'm not even going to point fingers at the government per se because I don't know yet. But it would be interesting to find out. That's for sure. There are certain things Candace is doing that I agree with. Very few things that she's doing that I agree with. Most of it seems like a grift to me because of how hard she's pointing her fingers, and it's so childish and so obnoxious. We don't do that. We have a trial coming up. Seriously, grow up, Candace. Put your big boy pants on and act like an adult. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll be live today at 5 p.m. Central Time. Or, Universal Time, I guess. No? Because, Central Time is, the best time. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Go to Intoxigaming, link down in the description below, all the way down the bottom. I am recording with my buddy today for all that stuff. So anyway, check that stuff out, guys. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.